The Years Invest journey was first started back in 2012 in the Melbourne garage with our founders Michael and Travis. The dynamic duo, already working within the industry, recognised a gap in the market and joined to provide software products and solutions to their customers. The pair were focused in delivering efficiencies in managing back-end functions of investment software products. The business has come a long way in the last 3 years. We've had some highs and we've had some lows. Our team has grown from 5 to over 35 employees, and recently our first CEO, Annabelle, was appointed. We now have offices in London, New York, and our head office still in Melbourne. When Michael and Travis started the business, their concept was simple. A great local company with a family feel, Ease Invest will provide cutting-edge technology to the financial sector. Now, they knew their mission and they wanted to ensure to empower each of the employees with some key values to build a culture that reflects that family feel. Customers are our lifeblood. Teams are the soul of our work. Openness and direct communication with no boundaries. Change and continuous improvement is the responsibility of every employee. And finally, we work hard and we play hard. We recognise at Ease Invest that it's not only our business solutions that make us the market leader, it's our people. And to maintain this growth that we've had over the last 3 years, we must continue to embrace our values and our vibrant and positive culture. So welcome to the Ease Invest family.
Wow, what an exciting journey today. As you all know, we're here today to discuss the next stage of our business. Our dedicated HR team are here to provide analysis and recommendation for our proposed strategy, and that is to achieve our main goal, and that is to grow our business, to either launch our first IPO or look at potentially selling the business for our key stakeholders. Now, it was initially recommended to Ease Invest that we launch 2 offices in India and China, also sending 2 of our senior managers to set up in each country. After our extensive research and analysis, we're here today to propose a new strategy, and that is not to launch 2 offices as we fear the risk to our business and our people is too great. Rather, we want to send 2 senior managers to 1 country, and that being India, for a 3-year period. We'll then review moving our quality department to China after this period. Today, our team will discuss a number of key issues that affect our people and in this potential move. We'll look at culture, groups and teams, communication, and power and politics. Post our analysis, we'll provide some recommendations to each aspect to ensure that the transition is both smooth for our business and our people. So let's kick off. Pankaj, Head of Culture and Development.
Thank you, Nick. Let's see why strong organization culture is important for Ease Invest. What is organization culture? Organization culture is the assumptions which lie behind the values and which determine the behavior, pattern and visible artifacts of an organization. When any new group forms, its members bring with them cultural assumptions. If the members of the group come from different ethnic or occupational culture, they are likely to have different assumptions, and this assumption can undermine organization culture. And poor culture can lead to poor performance. That is why new recruits should be taught to see organization well like the experienced colleagues. For Ease Invest, we have following recommendation. Local recruitment firms with proven records must be involved for recruitment in different regions to choose right candidate. A new online induction training program we designed for new recruits to help them understand organization culture and norms. For job related training program, we recommend consultation with experienced staff members. Reward and control system shall also take national culture into consideration. Based on our research, we recommend an app for socialization between different regions and budget for local social groups. I will also like to highlight that there are few risks due to cultural difference between India and China. So we recommend that office in India and China should not be open together. Initially, we shall go with only 1 country. Now, Dino will go through groups and teams.
Thank you, Pankaj. Now, one of the areas for us to consider in the people management element is groups and teams. Effective working teams have a greater synergy which helps in delivering positive results when working together as opposed to working individually. Addressing a few areas which I'm going to present now, Ease Invest will be able to deliver upon the values and pursue towards meeting its mission and vision. Since our business operations are going to be spread across various countries, virtual team environment can prove to be less effective than face-to-face teams. Also, misunderstanding and deviation from business objectives. Also, it takes a longer time frame to develop the usual behavior norm amongst the team members. As Nick mentioned earlier, it would be better to expand in one country as the virtual team environment issues can be tackled more effectively. Once we develop a good structure that is adapted and embraced by the new employees, we could use the learning to China. Also, uneven distribution of tasks among new and current members can create process loss, which is basically the team spending more time in focusing on the team rather than focusing on the process. Now, let me walk you through the recommendations. For an effective virtual team environment, we need to have a transformational leader who has a strong understanding of the business strategy and a vision and work alongside the team to focus on the collective interest of the company. This would ensure the limitations mentioned earlier are mitigated by focusing on the task with a clear sense of direction. An effective team composition structure and processes also helps maintain the level of synergy. Now I pass on to Anthony, who will talk about communication.
Thank you very much, Tino. Effective communication. Highly effective communicators are more than 5 times more likely to be high performers than minimally effective communicators. While personal relationships do thrive on communication, effective communication is critical for commercial success. Now let us check the potential concerns for effective communication and some managerial recommendations for East Invest. First is the global offices. Due to the dispersion of your offices globally, the proposed Asian back office expansion and their complementary time zone constraints, East Invest may have challenges with effective communication. Two-way communication with effective mechanism is critical for success. Physical proximity between leaders and employees isn't always feasible, but mental or emotional proximity is essential. And we can do this by the proposed IT infrastructure. We could do video conferencing, social media connection, blogs, forums, which all aid in two-way communication and feedback. The other issue is the wrong audience or the method that we choose. With a diverse range of stakeholders present in your company, we may lead to ineffective communication by choosing a wrong method or a wrong audience. To overcome this, we recommend to use a number of mediums to broadcast the same message across and also to increase the frequency of the broadcast, as not all get the message at first. Also, not each and every of your stakeholders prefer the same medium of deliverance. All of this achievable via the proposed IT setup. With an increased number of mediums, we also have the flexibility to select the medium depending on the complexity and the seriousness of the message, which also could support us bringing our offices virtually closer. And the other issue is the confidentiality. As we are dealing with financial information, East Invest is critically vulnerable to cyber threat. With the recommended IT infrastructure, we are covered with the state-of-the-art internet security. This too is another reason for favoring India over China, recommended by our team, as it is more flexible to practice our East Invest communication and privacy policies in India over China. The other issue is the language barrier. A diverse workplace has several benefits, it also has its disadvantages. One is the language barrier. This can happen through ethnic background differences, age difference, and also people with different levels of industry experience. East Invest is critically vulnerable to this dilemma, especially due to the diverse range of stakeholder group present at your offices and also the new board of directors. But this can be achieved through having a universal language. Yes, India's commercial language is English as opposed to Mandarin in China. The other main issue is the lack of listening and speaking skills. New employees might have not have the same regard to the listening or speaking skills that is present in East Invest due to the different cultures, thus which affects effective communication. However, this will be improved with embracing themselves into our culture and experience our open values. Listening provides a space in which both people feel respected and also which creates a space for feedback. According to this diagram, the more you listen, the better employee thinks that you are at giving feedback. There are two more recommendations. One is storytelling, which is very critical and important and strength. It is a past event that you are sharing. Thus, it has got a proven track record, free, powerful, and authentic. Especially to bring our new employees into our open culture and the values we embrace, we would recommend Travis and Michael to share their successful stories. This will effectively communicate our values to our new employees. The other is the measurement of internal control communication. Finally, all these have to be measured. We need to implement an internal communication monitoring system. With the proposed IT system, it is possible. We could have via online surveys, feedback forums. At the end of the day, our intention is how effective our communication system is in achieving our mission.
Thank you, Anthony. Now I'll be talking about power in politics. Power is described as the ability of a person or group of people to influence others. People have a desire to get on top of any company, not only because of money, but also because of the desire to achieve power. In an HR role, which often involves using influence rather than direct authority, good politics is an essential part of making things happen. Let's look at some of the potential issues East Invest may face in the near future. It's important to understand that people from different cultures hold different beliefs about power and power relations. Some could consider directive and democratic use of power as correct, while some may support autocratic. In terms of Australia, which is a highly individualistic culture in terms of power, the degree of interdependence of the society is lower. Whereas in India, it's quite the opposite, where people value directive use of power. Also, as the company spread its wings globally, a communication gap can create space for internal conflict, and misunderstandings could easily lead to workplace politics. Some of the recommendations to address these issues are, as it is important for top managers to meet on a regular basis for organizational planning. Also, it is important for managers to learn the art of influencing, which is useful in the pursuit of achieving project-related goals. As Michael and Travis were able to develop a reputation of being successful, it is important that they regularly meet with the team and act as role models. Secondly, trade-off. Positive politics depends on having a clear agenda, a vision for change, and a strategy to achieving that vision. As this company is growing globally, it is important to know your trade-offs. That means being clear about what you want and what you don't want, about what you're prepared to trade off against something more desirable in the long term. Lastly, building networks. Networks are a vital resource for a company's growth. Build up your own power base and reputation through membership of professional groups, plugging yourself into what's happening, and using your expert status, which is equally important. Thanks. Back to you, Nick.
Thanks, guys. Great analysis and a lot of hard work went in there. Finally, we want to review the indicative costs associated with this project. As Danu mentioned, 10 local employees were anticipating $300,000. IT systems and management, $100,000. Travel expenses, $50,000, and expat packages, $50,000 per person. Therefore, an initial setup of $550,000 with an annual cost of approximately $350,000. Michael, Travis, Hannibal, I'm sure you would agree that the team has done an extensive analysis into Ease Invest moving to India. Our plan is to expand the business, and with our key recommendations, we believe that will ensure that our culture and our people remain at the forefront of our business. Thank you and have a great afternoon.